Scott, it was another excellent session, and again, I felt that the conversations were very rich and very engaging. I always find it interesting when we run out of time for these sorts of sessions, which was great. And I also took away a number of, I think, really key learnings. When you look at the opportunity or what CIOs are doing in terms of being able to invest in not only core operational projects, but how do they tackle innovation, right? And begin to quantify the business value around projects that are innovative, and do that when they're competing for scarce capital dollars, relative to the businesses that they're operating in. Probably one of the things that was surprising to me is hearing from people in different industries how they know that business casing within IT needs to be a core competency. And so they've gone out and invested in dedicated people, dedicated resources, dedicated processes, so that they're able to partner really effectively with business and understand the kind of business outcomes they're trying to drive, link that back into technology, and then be able to present it back to a capital review committee or a board of directors in order to be able to support the investment that they feel needs to be made, not for the purpose of technology, but with the purpose of supporting an agreed upon set of business outcomes that are being championed not only by IT but also by the business. So I thought that was a fascinating conversation and kind of a key learning for me today. As a company, we're going through a bit of a transition where we had a piece of technology that was widely adopted because it was a really easy operational business case. And now as we move to adjacent markets, we're finding that we need to reposition the language that we're having with our customers. Some of them are our business customers, and some of them are our IT customers. And so the process that we're going through is to begin to educate our field teams around, don't start with the technology or the technology feature. Invest the time to understand the industry that your customer is operating in. And then think through and do some research around what are some of the key business priorities that they have as a business. And then start to try and create that linkage back to the IT priorities, and begin to understand where this initiative might fall within the broader business set of priorities and IT priorities. And really have them move away from a technology feature conversation, but one more that helps them build a business case. And I often talk about not through the lens of the vendor, which is, hey, here, go buy my stuff, and here's a stated ROI or a net present value calculation, but really think, how is the customer going to perceive this? What is going to be their operational impact? Have you thought about the heating and cooling and the server infrastructure and the people the customer is going to deploy, and then what is the ongoing implications of this? And then really holding our teams accountable that if we're going to take a position that this is the business outcome that we're going to try to drive to, that they can't leave once the order comes in the door, right? So how do we work with the customer through their governance structure or PMO, and are ensuring that the hypothesis that we presented around business value actually gets realized by the customer, and try to truly be held accountable to that. So it's a bit of a mindset shift that we're going through, but one that we're actively participating in and hoping to get better at over time.